Okay, here we are, round two. Not gonna mulligan this hand. We can't cast our Lightning Helix quite yet, but we've got Mana Leak, we've got Devil's Play, we've got three lands, and if we hit another red or white source, we can play this Lightning Helix, so it seems like a pretty good hand. Not the best hand I've ever had, but certainly respectable. Certainly respectable. Okay. I mean, this playing things this way makes mana drain a little bit less good if we draw it next turn, but I'd probably want to cast the Mana Leak anyway. You could play like an Oran Viper here or something. That would be pretty strong. You could play a Sword. That would be pretty good. We might want to Devil's Play this Avacyn's Pilgrim just to keep him off mana. We're going to keep him off mana here. He might need the white, and we know he wants the mana for a 4-drop because he played the Simic Signet. This is interesting. Intuition, maybe? Or Impulse, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Impulse. So he's probably going to get a mana source because it looks like he's trying to ramp into something big. So our goal here is to... we're going to play an island next turn. Try to Mana Leak his next big play. Well, that's a big play. What do I want to do here? I think I'm going to try to Mana Leak the Polukranos. I mean, it sucks if he has another land on top. Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. Yep. He's going to see a lot of cards in his deck now. But if we can just counter his large threats so he stay alive, his Polukranos will survive a wildfire, which is why it's so important to Mana Leak it. We want to take out this Oracle of Mul Daya, even though it's only a 2/2. Just because it gives him so much card advantage, and we really can't let that let that go. His Oracle of Mul Daya also makes our Burning of Xinyi quite a bit worse. So, yeah. I'd be surprised if he plays nothing here. I don't like our chances this game, I'm not going to lie. I think we're in a really tough position, but we can get the Devil's Play back. Get a Shrine of Burning Rage here, so that's pretty good. So yeah, we can flashback this for like 3 points of damage if he has something next turn. 1, 2, yeah, because we'll play a land. It'll activate our Shrine of Burning Rage. Let's see what this is. If it's something with not a ton of toughness, we might just want to... Well, I don't think we can beat that. That's really brutal. He's going to lose a forest, but we're going to lose 2 lands. Yeah, we're going to die pretty quickly. That Oracle of Moldiah was really good for him. And it's pretty unrealistic to think that we can get this up large enough to kill the Sundering Titan before it kills us. So he might play some more cards. I think this game is a loss for us. Sundering Titan, too strong. Polukranos. So it's a 4-drop. He ramped into an 8-drop. Oracle of Moldiah. So he's basically like the green ramp deck, splashing blue for impulse. We've seen he might have some counter spells. Well, we have to play the Sphinx. Do we have enough mana for it? Yeah. To not die. Yeah. So we got to see a little bit more information from him. He has a Mystic Snake, so he has a 4-mana counterspell. That's worth knowing about. So he probably didn't need to show us that, but we kept playing for a little bit longer, found out a little bit more about his deck. Simic Signet, Ramp, Simic Growth Chamber is pretty good with the Oracle of Moldiah. Sundering Titan is going to be really good against us. So yeah. Avalanche Riders is pretty good against his Simic Growth Chamber. Faith's Fetters is pretty good against him. I think Faith's Fetters got both of the creatures that we saw. I think that Sphinx of Drar Isle just isn't as interesting. I want the life gain from Exalted Angel, and it's just an earlier play than Sphinx of Drar Isle. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I want to play first. Alright, let's mulligan this. This is a very sad hand, but no, not going to mulligan to 5. He mulliganed to 6 at least, so he's mulliganing to 5 and to 4, so we might have a shot this game. One thing that could happen is he might have like a turn 1 elf. Oh, Mox Sapphire, that's pretty good. It's a reason to play blue, certainly. An Elspeth is not unwelcome there. I'm happy to take an Elspeth. Boy, I wish I had a Strip Mine. But, you know, I think I can't remember what we took over the Strip Mine, but I'm happy for whatever card we had. Was it the Elspeth? I'm going to kill this Avacyn's Pilgrim just to try to keep him off of mana. Although yeah, we can always have the counterspell open later. Taking him off of mana is pretty good. We just hope he doesn't draw lands, basically. So now, he's probably going to level this guy up. He actually has a large number of options. We probably want to counterspell his next play here. If he doesn't have a play, if he just like attacks us for 1, no. Do we want to counter that? I think not. It's just hitting in for 2. I think we should save our counter for more important targets. We can take 2 for a few turns at least. Elspeth is a pretty good counter to it. Gonna play the Crucible of Worlds here and hold up the counterspell. What he does this next turn is going to tell us a lot about how we want to play. We want to be reactive. Yeah, that is not happening. That seems really important. He has 3 mana left over now. We're going to play an Elspeth. No, we're not going to play an Elspeth. I don't have enough mana. That's stupid. I'm stupid. Okay, not gonna play Balance. Not gonna play Balance this turn. It would leave him with a Strangle Rudegeist. I'm just gonna pass. I could have Devil's played the Joraga Tree Speaker to take him off mana, but that might have been good, but he would have had 4 mana anyway. Right now I want to just have Prophetic Bolt available for me, try to find an extra land so we can play an Elspeth. Elspeth will hopefully, you know, will be able to use its abilities to victory. I'm hopeful, at least. It's a reasonable hope, I think. With Crucible of Worlds, if we ever get a wildfire effect, that should be good as well. Let's see what this is. Garrett Primal Hunter, okay. He's probably going to make a beast. That's fine. He's deciding what to do. He's probably going to make the beast, right? Then I'm going to Prophetic Bolt his face, redirect it to the Garruk, hopefully find a land off of this, play the Elspeth, and then just start making 1/1s from here to eternity. Yeah. That's our game plan. I mean, he could draw 2 cards, but 5 mana for draw 2 doesn't seem all that good. Yeah, he could draw. He could just think that the cards are more important, which I wouldn't blame him for. It would certainly be. But I mean, sacrificing your Garruk just to draw 2 cards, that's kind of rough. I would expect him to make a make a beast. I guess Strangle Rootgeist isn't the worst cube card. I mean, it is resilient to wrath effects, for example. Especially if you have a sword. He's got a sword here. It's similar to the other draft I recorded, where you've got some elves, and then the elves ramp into big things like Garruk, and they can pick up a sword pretty well. It's protection from green and black. These are white, so wouldn't get them past the 1/1 tokens. Okay, I'm not timed out. He's going to make a beast. He's going to attack for 2, I imagine? Yeah. Let's see what the Prophetic Bolt gives us. I think I have to take the mountain here. I would love to have the wildfire and the earthquake. Do I want the earthquake instead? No, I just gotta have the land. I just really need to land my planeswalker because it's so essential. So he spent 5 mana to make it 3/3, and we discard, but we get the card back. Faith's Fetters is a very good draw there. Let's make a few 1/1s. We've got Faith's Fetters for if he plays something huge. We've got Balance in case things go cockeyed. We could balance and then make some 1/1s. That seems okay. So, yeah. And I want to keep charging up my Elspeth to make her as resilient to removal as possible. He could easily have like a sort of War and Peace, you know? That would be very good here. I'm very scared of anything he's playing, basically. I'm not scared of him leveling that up. That's acceptable. It's just him using mana for that. So, okay. We're surviving a turn, so I feel pretty good about that. We'll see what he wants to do here. I definitely want to trade away my creatures so that I can balance. Alright, he's attacking with those. Let's empty our hand. So mana abilities can still be activated. So we can't do something fancy like Faith's Fetters this and then balance. Although that would be kind of cool if we could, but we're just going to balance here. He's going to have to discard a couple of cards, and he's going to lose his board. We're going to lose a bunch of lands, but we have the Crucible of Worlds to eventually get them all back. He's going to lose 2 mana here, so we're both going to be losing mana. Let's keep these sources here. I like our situation. He could obviously... He's discarding a couple of cards. I'm curious to see what he'll discard. He's going to be losing a bunch of creatures. So he discards a Sundering Titan, a Dismember. We make a few 1/1s. We play a land. We pretend that we have a counterspell. We've also got the Shrine of Burning Rage, which will gradually tick up. We'll probably want to get a mountain next turn, so now Crucible of Worlds is basically if we don't draw a land, we can get grab a mountain here from our graveyard, so yeah. I think we're in a pretty good position. So I'll always yield to this. Let's play the Ajani. He counters it, he counters it. He could have a Mystic Snake. Mystic Snake, is that it? Mystic Snake? Oh, Vendilion Clique, interesting. So Vendilion Cliques himself. I'm gonna kill that. Yep, we killed that, he conceded, so game 3. So what was good? Balance was really good here. Crucible of Worlds was okay. Elspeth was really good. Ajani was fairly strong. Devil's Play. Yeah, I like our situation. He has a lot of 1 toughness creatures, although the Strangleroot Geist doesn't really count, so the Devil's Play is going to be fairly effective against him. Not too scared of an Apocryphite.